sister says there are better ways to get someone's attention.
Okay, hey guys, it's Emily. So today, I'm going to be reacting to the episode 14 promo that is going to be airing this week. Well, technically today, later today, but you know, yeah, it's fine. You all get the gist, you know, yeah. So, I just wanted to put a quick little disclaimer first before we get into the promo and see what's in store for this, what's in store for this week. Yeah, I just want to put this out there. There's not going to be a reaction to episode 13. I'm just gonna put that out there. It's just, you know, there's been a lot going on behind the scenes. I haven't had time to record the reaction, so I just, yeah, I was like, you know what, it's and I've heard it's not really the best. It wasn't really the best episode anyway. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm not gonna, you know, really kind of, you know, waste my time, you know, doing that, you know. But yeah, but so yeah, basically, you know, overall, anyway. So yeah, now that that's out of the way, we have a, you know. We have a two-parter coming up, so yeah, and this is part 1, so yeah, episode 14 is part 1, so yeah, gonna be interesting. So yeah, I have no idea what this could be about, what the part 2, the two-part little thing could be about. We don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So yeah, this one is called Sick Day. Okay. You know, yeah. Obviously, we all get the gist. You know, we all take sick days, right? Sometimes from work and, you know, all that. But I'm like, you know, I don't think this is the case here, really. Maybe, I don't know. But we'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, I'm like, interesting title for, you know, like sick day. That's okay, interesting. So yeah. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. So yeah, I just wanted to, yeah. But yeah, we'll have to see what that title has to tell. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what that. You know, we'll see in the episode, but you know, yeah. So yeah, anyway. So yeah, that is what we're going to be doing today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos and content. Don't forget to follow me on my social media accounts, and also don't forget to subscribe to my second YouTube channel. All that will be in the description below. And yeah, pretty sure that is about everything. So with all that being said, let's get ready to hop in / jump right into the promo for part 1 of this 2-part event that is, you know, yeah, you know, so yeah, that is airing tonight. And, yeah, part 2 will be airing next week. So, yeah, let's see what this part 2 event has in store for us. Like, what more is it going to be about? Like, what are we going to be centering on for this one? So, yeah, anyway. So, yeah, let's do it. So, yeah, here we go. Okay. A lab, okay. Oh, 2-part thriller. Okay, interesting. Ow. Sorry, my eyes. Oh. Oh. Oh, what a fucking title. Here we I'm sorry? First of all, what a fucking title. Excuse me? Whoa. Okay, so so the lab has rats in like little containers and stuff like that. Okay, so is that what we're doing? What do rats have to do with this? You know, I don't know. So yeah, okay. So hang on, let me read that title. Like, well, let the thing read the title, but 911 Contagion. That is, wow, what a fucking title. Here we go. And yeah, 2-part thriller begins this Thursday, technically, which is today. But you know, so yeah, y'all get the gist. Okay. So first of all, what the fuck does that mean? You know what? I'm gonna look it up because why not? Whatever. I'm just contagion. What does that even mean? The communication of disease from one person to another by close contact. Oh shit. Okay. That's what this is. Okay. That would make sense. That makes sense. So yeah, interesting. So yeah. So it's basically a medical thriller. That's what they're saying. So yeah, okay. So yeah, let me watch that again real quick, just to, you know, kind of suck more, like, you know, take it all in, you know what I mean? So yeah, let's watch that one more time. I just want to... Interesting. So, so it's gonna be like an outbreak, too. Holy shit. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, shoot, no. Shit, I don't want to play it again, sorry. So, basically, it's gonna be like an outbreak sort of thing. Kind of like The Last of Us. So, basically, you're telling me kind of like The Last of Us. But, you know. Yeah. Okay, my question is, how bad is this virus gonna be, or something like that? You know what I mean? Obviously, it involves rats, so I'm like, huh? What? Okay, I don't know much about rats, but I'm like, of course, I know they carry, you know, they can carry quite a bit of diseases. I know that, just like any other wild animal, kind of, you know. But yeah, you know, it all depends on what they're doing and you know, stuff like that. So yeah, interesting. So yeah, oh my gosh. So yeah, but still, we are gonna be eating so good these next 2 weeks. This week and next week, we're gonna be eating so good. Can I just say? Okay, so the 118 ends up getting trapped inside. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, no, that is not good at all. And so yeah, and okay, obviously, Bobby, Chimney, Hen, Ravi, I think that's it. Yeah, they end up getting trapped inside that lab, and Buck is the only one who's like, you know, he's the only one who's not in there with them. So, okay, so yeah, I'm like, of course, you know. Yeah, so yeah, and Buck is the only one who escaped. He's, you know, he's not in there with them. So I'm like, uh-oh. Oh gosh. So, and then obviously we have Athena. So it looks like we're gonna be, obviously, you know, excuse me. Obviously, you know, from what it looks like, of course, we're gonna be getting some Buck and Athena stuff. So yeah, I'm like, yes, slay. I legit need more Buck and Athena in my life, okay? Look, they've had quite a little bit of a, you know, they've had a little bit of a, you know, not really much of a thing, but, you know, they kind of had like a little bit of a bond, you know, quite a bit ago, but, you know, we haven't really saw that, you know, kind of grow even more, but, you know, of course, yeah, but yet they've gotten pretty close, you know, as, like, you know, as family, you know what I mean? And, you know, but yeah, but we haven't really gotten much Buck and Athena interactions, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm like, this episode and next episode are gonna be probably filled with, they're probably gonna be filled with Buck and Athena moments too, as well. So I'm like, yes, slay, I need more Buck and Athena in my life. Yes, please. So I'm like, let's fucking go. Yes, please. So, yeah, interesting. And I did hear that, it was a while ago, but I did hear that Oliver, he was doing a little Q&A on his Instagram, thing. So, and then, I think they were filming episode 15 at the time. I don't know. Or they were were they filming episode 16 or 17? I don't know. They were filming, and, you know, stuff like that. But, yeah, but I know they were past those 2 episodes. But, you know, yeah. So, yeah, he was doing Q&A on his Instagram story, and he, someone asked, like, you know, any scenes coming up with Angela, and yeah, he was like, yes, lots in 15. So I'm like, okay, yes, please, yes. So yeah, we're gonna be getting this, and, you know, lots more of this in episode 15. So I'm like, yeah, fucking yes, please, yes, thank you, Lord, thank you. So yeah, that's interesting. So we're gonna have Buck and Athena working together from the outside as well, and looks like we're getting, from what I've heard, a little bit from what I've heard, we're gonna be, this is gonna be, you know, legit serious, like, so, like, an outbreak sort of thing, like they just said. So I'm like, okay, so yeah, I mean, of course, with something like this, you have to get more people involved, you know what I mean? So, obviously, you know, I've heard that apparently we're getting the FBI involved, we're getting the National Guard involved, obviously LAPD, LAFD, you know, even though, yeah, I don't know, but, so yeah, we're getting a lot of people involved, basically, and, you know, and that includes the FBI, obviously, like I said, the FBI and National Guard, so I'm like, So basically including the government, kind of, ish. So I'm like, okay, lovely, interesting. So, okay. Okay, so yeah, but either way, we're gonna be eating so fucking good this week and next week. I will just say, I'm just gonna, toss it out there, toss it out at you. So yeah, they're like, hey guys, like take this, take that, and stuff like that. But okay, so yeah, this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be really crazy. This is gonna be insane. So yeah, but hey, I am here for it. I'm here for it all. So yeah, and also rumors I've heard rumors that that Tommy is gonna play quite a bit of a part in these episodes. So okay, so yeah, listen, I highly doubt we're gonna see Tommy in tonight's episode. I'm hoping we do get mentions of him. Like, stuff like that. Like, Buck, kind of brings it up, being like, like talking about how, like, he screwed up. I said the wrong thing, stuff like that, that morning after, and, stuff like that. And, yeah. And obviously, which we all know he did. He knows he did. So, yeah. And, yeah. Yeah, so, yeah. But probably something like that. I don't know. But we'll see. And, yeah, maybe, I've heard some theories, like, and, so yeah, I've heard theories that people are theorizing that, Buck may call Tommy, like, getting towards the end of the episode, being like, you probably like, of course, like, hey, I need your help, the 118's trapped, so, you're the only one I can, I can think of, and just, I didn't know who else to call, so yeah, I'm like, I need your help. And you are a former part of the 118, so I'm like, I didn't, you're the only one, again, yeah, so I'm like, I can see that, honestly. But, again, we don't know. Who knows? But I'm intrigued to see how it all plays out. So, yeah, I feel like, something like that's going to happen. And then episode 15 is going to play that big part in. So, which I'm like, I'm honestly fine with that. Even though, if we don't see him in episode 14, that's fine. But, hey, I at least, I'm like, save the best for last, honestly. Because, yeah. But, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But, yeah, I'm down with, like, what I just said happening in episode 14, like, maybe a few mentions, maybe Buck ends up calling Tommy, like, be like, hey, I need your help, the 118's, trapped, and, I need, you're the only one I can, think of, and, I didn't know who else to call, so, yeah, and, yeah, and then episode 15, him playing that big part in, so, yeah, I'm like, I'm down, either way, so, but, yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, and hopefully maybe, it'll leave just a tiny bit, just a teeny tiny little bit of room for them to talk about things. So yeah, because obviously, there are two sides, obviously we have Buck and we have Tommy. So yeah, I don't, of course, after how that last scene between them ended, I'm like, I was totally on Tommy's side right in that moment, because I'm like, Buck, I love you, but I'm like, poor choice of words right there. I understand he was upset. I totally get it. He has a right to be, but I'm like, those choice of words, no. So yeah, I'm like, Tommy, I'm on your side with this one. So yeah, I'm like, so yeah, hopefully, probably, yeah. So hopefully episode 15, it'll leave that tiny, tiny little bit of room for them to, have a little bit of time to talk about things. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But we'll just have to wait and see. So, yeah, they have to talk about it eventually. Because, both of them have stuff on each side of their parts to, talk about. Of course, Tommy has his side and Buck has his side. Because, obviously they've both made mistakes. Which we are all aware of, So, yeah, but we'll just have to wait and see how it all plays out. And, yeah, we'll just, take it one step at a time. We'll see how things go. But, yeah. So, yeah, anyway, I am intrigued to see how this two-parter is gonna treat us. So, yeah, I'm like, interesting, okay, I guess bring it on, huh? Bring it on, bitches, bring it on. So, but yeah, we'll see what's all coming up and going on here. Both tonight and next week. So yeah, and also I did hear that after this two-parter we will be going on a 1-week hiatus. We won't have a new episode the week after episode 15. So I'm like, that's totally fine, because I know they're at the moment they're slowly catching up on filming, and they're gonna be wrapping up here soon. So, and yeah, and since the show got renewed for season 9, I'm like, hey, there's you know, I'm like, hey, yeah, I did hear that they're gonna be filming in May, so I'm like, hey, if they get season 8 done, and you know, if they get season 8 done and stuff like that, then, you know, before then I'm like, they must be, you know, prepping for season 9. So, but yet again, it was renewed and announced. So I'm like, yeah, the writers need to have time to write and, you know, stuff like that, and it takes time. So I'm like, I don't know, but we'll just have to wait and see. But, you know, but again, I highly doubt it. I just feel like it's, you know, I feel like that might be, you know, just them, you know, continuing to wrap up season 8, and then, you know, like, probably, like, you know, June or July, they will start filming for season 9. We don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. It depends on the writing stage, where they're at, and, you know, stuff like that, but, you know, yeah, we'll see. So, but either way, I'm excited for this medical thriller event, 2-part event we have coming up, and yeah, we'll see what all happens, and, you know, yeah, bring on the drama, bring it on, bitches. I'm ready. So I'm ready for you. So just hit me, bring it on. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, that is gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in, and yeah, I will see you guys for the next video.